Hello everyone, so I'm redoing the flight that I did during my live stream on Facebook. So let's get all the electrical power going here. The stream didn't go down too well because the autopilot completely failed to work and I had to fly the plane manually for the whole flight, and I just don't understand that. Anyway, I'm going to try it all again now and see what happens. So let's get everything up and running, and the flight is from Düsseldorf to Amsterdam. Quite a short flight. So let's turn the inertial navigation system on. We can see how long that's going to take to align. I won't do the whole flight on this video, I'll cut little bits out. So that's the APU started, we'll put that on bus. Don't need the ground power, that switch doesn't seem to be working, but we can turn the ground power off on the tablet here. Get the lights configured. I'm really loving this aircraft, the Zibo mod for the 737, absolutely brilliant. Let's get the autopilot fixed up. Put the flight directors on. Set the initial speed there. Altitude is set. And probably take off just using vertical speed, so we'll set that as well. And arm the auto throttle. I've already got the flight plan in, so I'm not going to put that on the video. Got the flight plan from SimBrief, so that's all ready to go. Using the same flight plan that I used in my stream, so nothing different there.
Morning, folks, from flight deck. Get your captain in for the ride. It looks like it should be pretty good. So we're planning on a smooth ride. Get you there as soon as we can, and as safe as we can. We'll talk to you once we get airborne. Welcome aboard.
E4020 to the right, contact ground 121705, over.
121.705. Bonjour, beauty to Papa Tango, establish ILS 06.
So anti-collision light can come on now, I think.
Number 2, call your short final 06, beauty to Papa Tango.
Is now complete. Flight attendants secure the cabins. Verify arm door, standby for all call.
X-ray kilo, Bonjour number 3, wind 230 degrees 3 knots, report short final 06.
Everybody short final 06, kilo.
Give us a ring if you need anything.
Right, everything looking good.
Toes driving up.
So we'll do the pushback now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've closed the main cabin door, so we need our customers seated with their seatbelts fastened, seat backs and tray tables in the full upright and long position, luggage under the seat in front of you completely, laptops and DVD players should be turned off, unplugged and under the seat in front of you at this time. All our devices must be unplugged, they may remain on in airplane mode, and must be secured.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Set parking brake.
Okay, the parking brake is on anyway. Get ready for pushback and we'll be able to start the engines, huh?
127.750, over.
127.750, bye-bye.
Hope
connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Delta 925, clear to land runway 06, 250 degrees 3 knots.
Starting pushback, and you may start the engines.
Delta 925, contact ground 12170, over.
Okay, let's do the engine start. Number 2 first. And we're looking for 25% of N2. That's coming up nicely.
Quebec line up runway 34.
Rescue 116, that's just airborne from Iona. We are departing to the west.
Okay, and we'll introduce the fuel.
2116, that's copy, thank you.
With great view, we can see engine number 2 starting. Tradition to start number 2 first. And now engine number 1 can be started.
Continue with information 118.5.
118.5, copy, rescue 116.
And again, looking for 25% N2. That's looking good.
Elastic band over your head and tighten by pulling the straps on either side.
358, thank you. The surface wind is 270.
Flying with Transavia, and didn't know of this airline, but I've got the livery for it. And I think it's a budget airline. It's got some destinations in Europe.
Disconnecting tow, stand by.
Shamrock 65 Whiskey, wind 130 degrees 12 knots, runway 10 clear to land.
We can put the start switches to continuous for the takeoff. And bring the engines now on bus, so they're providing the electrical power. And turn off the APU, the auxiliary power unit. Some taxi lights on. And so we're just about ready for taxi now.
Tower is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. I'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Thank you very much. We'll have a safe flight. So we've been cleared to taxi.
Shamrock 68 Charlie, wind 120 degrees 10.
I should really get all the proper checklists and just doing everything by memory, and I do sometimes forget a few things. Certainly don't do things in the exact right order, I guess. That's a great view.
Shamrock 147, line up runway 10.
Passing the parked Air Berlin planes, and of course Air Berlin don't exist anymore. Very sad.
I can see Hotel 2, Hotel runway 16, got a 3 direction.
Try not to go too crazy down the taxiway here.
Shamrock 147, wind 120 degrees 09 knots, runway 10 clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff 10, Shamrock 147.
Shamrock 68 Charlie, 126.250.
Let's confirm 12625.
Confirm.
The Ryanair plane there. My preferred airline from flying
November, uniform wind 130.
from England to Germany. Well, I fly to Luxembourg now, actually. So we'll just pull up at the holding point here and make sure everything is configured as it should be.
Runner 17 Tango Lima, continue approach traffic to depart, wind 130 degrees 10 knots.
Okay, Road Runner 17 Tango Lima.
Shamrock 119, line up runway 10.
Line up 10, Shamrock 119.
Just check that the lights are as they should be here. We can put the strobe on now and the landing lights for takeoff. Switches are on continuous there.
Shamrock 119, wind 120 degrees 1 knots, runway 10.
So cleared for takeoff.
Shamrock 119.
Messenger 4 Quebec Romeo, contact ground 121.
Let's see if the autopilot works okay this time. During the stream it was really awful having to hand fly 737 all the way on a complete flight. So we'll just line up on the runway here.
Ryanair 17 Tango Lima, the wind 120 degrees 11 knots, runway 10, clear to land.
Okay, land 10, Ryanair 17 Tango Lima.
The lights on X-Plane are absolutely brilliant, the actual lighting effects.
Tower Shamrock 119, there is bird activity both sides of the runway.
Tower, roger.
So here we go. Power is set. Trying to follow the center line.
80 knots.
Target Shamrock 33 Juliet 6510. Shamrock 33 Juliet.
D1 rotate.
Rotate.
0 degrees 12 knots. Number 1 continue.
Positive rate.
Positive rate, and the gear can come up. Now we've got to do a quick right turn.
400.
And sort of double back on ourselves here.
Scandinavian 70 on to line up runway 10.
Line up runway 10,
Just checking the speed.
1000.
Ryanair 8016, just advise this traffic going to depart from Echo 72 items slot restricted. Apologies for that, but you're number 3.
No worries, we'll be Ryanair 16.
Let's have a look. So yeah, we can go vertical speed, and we can put the autopilot on now.
Ryanair 17 Tango Lima, vacate left Echo 3, Hotel 2, hold short runway 34.
And we've got LNAV as well.
Apron, one vacated ground 121 decimate, thank you. Back on your name,
And the autopilot seems to be behaving itself. VNAV as well. VNAV is going to control the vertical profile of the plane. So, the autopilot is working okay this time. Very strange why it didn't work before.
Shamrock 33 Juliet, Dublin 130 degrees 10 knots, runway 10.
Some nice views out over the right wing to where we've just taken off from.
Ryanair 12 November, Dublin 130 degrees 10 knots, runway.
So everything is looking good.
Target A, Ryanair 9er, Tango Kilos, Island 1085.
Ryanair 9 Tango Kilo,
Start
today,
switches
number 2,
can
continue, Dublin 120 degrees
come
10
off
knots.
continuous.
Number 2, traffic,
Steady post, Ryanair 9er, thank you.
And we can take the landing lights off now. Lovely view with the sun setting there. Now this is a very short flight, so by the time we've reached the cruising altitude, we've virtually got to start descending. But I'm not going to show everything. I will cut some of the actual video out and compress it a little bit. Turn the rejected takeoff switch off. And forgot to turn the taxi lights off as well. So that should be the lights now configured. Well, I'm going to take the altitude bug down to 3,500 feet. If I don't do that, then the plane won't descend in VNAV.
Well, folks, for our initial cruise altitude now, it should be a relatively smooth flight. Seatbelt sign is off. Please only move around the cabin when that sign is off, and anytime you're in your seat, I do request your seatbelt fastened about you regardless of the seatbelt sign. You can have cabin a little closer. Meanwhile, please sit back, relax, enjoy the trip with us.
I really love those announcements. So we'll take the fasten seatbelt sign off, and let's have some lights now on the panels. As to the atmosphere, it's getting a little bit dark anyway.
Folks, for our initial cruise altitude now, it should be a relatively smooth flight. Seatbelt sign is off. Please only move around the cabin when that sign is off, and anytime you're in your seat, I do request your seatbelt fastened about you regardless of the seatbelt sign. You can have cabin a little closer. Meanwhile, please sit back, relax, enjoy the trip with us.
What a great view. You can have the map up as well if you want. Looks like we're just crossing the border there. Well, I jumped on a little bit now, and now I've got this very steep left turn. Of course, in real life you will probably be getting radar vectors. And if you were getting the radar vectors, then you wouldn't have to keep to the actual flight plan. now I'm going to go off VNAV. I've put on vertical speed now, and so I'm going to actually control the descent profile and the speed. But LNAV is still engaged, so still following the actual waypoints that are on the flight plan. Got some speed brake out as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck here, we're on our descent. Seatbelt sounds good. Back up for our rattle. If you're up and about, please return your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Still showing well ahead of schedule. Thanks again. Hope you have a nice week. I'll be on air here very shortly.
Speed brake off, and put the fasten seatbelt signs on. And now we can get some lights going. I always configure the plane very early, much too early really, but I'll do it when I remember. So all the lights are going on, landing lights. And we'll slowly bleed off the speed, still on auto throttle. But I am controlling it, as I say.
606 Delta with CD, still required 1500 or more. Call the 6 Delta. Pilot 1831 when ready, descent flight level 260, good afternoon, Rubland. Ready, descent flight level 260, number Rubland, and let's know, 1831. Rubland, yeah, flight level 260. 260, 95, 1831.
Just change the vertical speed profile slightly. And zoom in on the map display there. Right, engines, start switches can go to continuous for the landing, and the auto brake comes on, put it onto 1 now. Say the lighting effects on X-Plane are brilliant, really great. Still bleeding the speed off just a little bit. As I said, I do prepare the aircraft much too soon, really. So we'll flap. And we're coming up now to that sharp left turn. And the ILS frequency is set, so we should be able to select approach as soon as we've done the left turn. Something that wouldn't work on my stream on Facebook. When the autopilot just wasn't playing ball at all. I'm confident it's going to work this time though. Here we go with the left turn. And I've selected approach. And the ILS is active, the glide slope. Yep, everything's working fine. So perfectly on the ILS, let's bring the gear down now. Nice view out of the left-hand window here. Landing speed is selected. Let's just put the heading to runway heading in case we have to go round. Might help. An even better view out of the right-hand window there. See all the cars below. This is all explained default scenery apart from the airport itself, which is by Aerosoft. Looking good. I'll come off autopilot shortly. Just arm the speed brakes there. Ready to be deployed on the land. For a jump.
Alitalia 107, runway 18, takeoff, takeoff, 2250315,
Okay, autopilot is off, so I'm hand flying the plane now.
Good morning to you, Saudia 933 with a hold short of Sierra 2.
Saudia 933 and Sierra 2, cross runway.
I'll insert some other views as well for the actual video, but for the landing I'm going to be looking straight down the runway, but I'll put in a few other views as well.
Okay, may you actually give me your oceanic details, your last time to land now, requested flight level, maximum flight level, and requested back number. Okay, and it's requested flight level 370, max flight level 370, max decimal 77, and it's 31 minutes to land now. I'll try to reach it. Very much.
200.
Yeah, it's looking okay this time.
100. 50. 40. 30. 10.
Okay, spoilers are out, and the reverse thrust as well. Stopping quite quickly, and manual braking coming on. Right, just jump forward a little bit now, and looking for the turn off. Easy to get lost at Schiphol. I got lost as a passenger once. I had to go from one terminal to another terminal that was miles away, it seemed. Probably was miles away. I'm just going to stop up here just to reconfigure the aircraft. Or clean the aircraft up, as they say. So landing lights can come off. Start switches can come off continuous now. I can do it. And the strobe can go on to steady. God, I'm not sure I had the actual strobe on there during the flight. I have to check that. Well, I think I'm going in the right direction. Hope so.
Airways 231, runway 18 left, echo 6, clear for takeoff, wind 260 degrees, 17 knots, clear 23.
So, as I say, welcome to Schiphol. Hope you enjoyed the flight.
Airways 233, contact departure 119.
I enjoyed it because the autopilot worked for me this time.
Kilo 1919, runway 18 left, echo 6, clear for takeoff, wind 270 degrees, 14 knots, clear 23. Kilo 95 Tango behind now, rolling Embraer. Line up and wait around, 18 left, echo 5 behind. Behind, rolling Embraer, lining up, runway 18 left, echo 5 behind, get them 9 Tango.
So let's park here. Good a place as any.
Kilo 1845, line up and wait around, 18 left, echo 6, number 2 for departure.
Turn off the taxi light so I don't blind anybody. Not using any air traffic control. I don't really like X-plane air traffic control, and no one seems to like it very much. But that's the only thing that isn't any good. The simulator is really brilliant. So there we go. Pulling up to the gate. I'll just shut a few systems off. Parking brake is on. Bring the APU on bus.
24, clear for takeoff, Kilo 47 X-ray.
And we can shut the main engines off now. We can set the chocks, terminate the flight, and we can also connect the GPU, ground power unit, bring that one onto bus, and turn off the APU actually now. Check the lights are okay. The strobe is on steady now, and the anti-collision light is off. Turn off the fuel pumps. As I say, not doing this in any particular order. And there we are. Thanks for watching, and welcome to Schiphol.